It was a new religious day in Europe from the Reformation around 1517 when Martin Luther put his 95 Thesis in the Catholic Church door. That was the beginning of the Christian Reformation. Well, I call it Christian Reformation, Protestant Reformation, or the Protestant movement, or whatever. That is a long time. And the Jesuits in the Catholic Church were able to stop that Reformation within 30 years, about 25 to 30 years. And so constantly we're going back into the Middle Age sort of culture and everything. And at this point in time, we're almost there. But I won't call for a new protest against the Catholic Church. We need a protest against Satan himself. We need a Christian Reformation. Well, you would say that the Catholic Church and everybody are Christians. I don't want to get off on that. The one I say is this, that right now the world is divided into Christian and Satanists, evil and good. And the evil is encroaching and getting to be the dominant and the major force in the world today. And it's very subtle to start with Halloween and all this with children voodoo, and then when they get old, it's almost over. And so this new Reformation I'm calling for, this Christian Revolution and Reformation, it calls for us to go back to the primitive way in which we worship the Scriptures. Forget that the Scriptures for the Jews and nothing for the us today. We need to train our children from birth, and as Halloween is just around the corner, I hope that many of us will protect our children from Satan. It's classic. Intelligence organizations just pull off some coup and some stuff on others, and they say classic. It's such a far away thing. They create a little problem here, and they encourage people to do something over there, and then they come back and beat it up. That was the real deal. It's not the thing that the person that did. It's what they wanted to do. And Satan has the introduction to evil with candies and trick and treating in nice times. Kids are happy. This is their times. But when they start like that, it is foregone conclusion that they will be dumb in school, and that they'll end up destroying themselves one way or another, either drugs, prostitution, drug dealing, drug using, crazy, shooting up the place. They might even go to Harvard or Yale, and they might get high positions, but they're going to be killing a whole bunch of people and fulfilling Satan's agenda. And so we need to stop that. And we need parents to understand what they're doing. And we need to go back to the Scriptures, all of us, me including everybody. And as Martin would have envisioned, he had hoped that this would have mushroomed into the end of the world and going into the kingdom of God. But he was killed. I think, though, that people who will initiate this Christian Reformation or Christian Revolution will not die, because the Lord is just, his return is just around the corner. It might be within 10 years, it might be within 50 years. And, Christ is going to stand up and protect his people. So I'm not worried about whatever people will say and do, because if you're doing God's will, then you don't have to worry about these things. I mean, we are humans and we have a concern, but even in spite of our concerns, it's not going to change God's promise to protect. And so we need to go back to the Scriptures. We need to respect God again. And we need to give ourselves a good chance. Because, as I said, with the students that start off with Halloween and so forth, you see, they might go to Harvard and they say, well, I went to Harvard, I'm supposed to be smart. But the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It's the beginning and every phase through it and the culmination of it. Big inventions, and they're discovering that the inventions are kind of declining, as well as something else was declining. I think they said it was capitalistic, investive sort of, and these are Christian things, because it is God who knows the future, and He knows what people need, and He creates these things through select people. But then in the world today, we have people who are well positioned. They steal your stuff, they run to the market with it, but it doesn't go to the full garment where it ought to go. And so we need, and we need a Christian Reformation today. We need a Christian revival today. We need people that will stand up for the right, according to my special author, even though they haven't fallen. People who are true to duty as the needle to the pole. people who will call sin by its right name, people who, um, well, be considered squares because they want to do what is right. And sometimes it doesn't look profitable, and it looks profitable to be scampish. But you better ask these scampish people if they have good night's rests, and if they're satisfied and if they're happy. And at the end of the day, they give away all that they've gained, and they're lost. So we need this Christian Reformation. Let's start working it today.